Well, hello, Lynn. Welcome this to Your
Thank
World
you
on
for
the
having
Canvas.
me.
You're most welcome. And I just want to tell you about why I wanted to do this. Um, I just wanted to see. I felt that there was a lacking in the world of how we need to want to recreate ourselves due to the environment that we have now, and not enough people are being aware of the power of creation. And I can't be out there protesting right now, mainly because I have an elderly person living with me, and I wouldn't want to bring something home to them. So this is my form of protesting or creating my own path to entrepreneurship. And the reason I decided to interview you is because both of us kind of have the same history, both immigrants. Were you born here in this country?
No.
Okay, neither was I. Okay,
I
we're both immigrants. I came here around the age of 7. Around what age did you come here?
was 4.
About 4 years old? Okay, so see, we both essentially grew up here. However, I think we both embrace the work ethic of our parents, of our heritage, where we
Mhm.
want to do our own thing and create our own wealth. And also, your story diverges a little bit from mine, where you became a young mother, but yet you still persevered and formed your own creation. So I would like you to share a little bit of that story with me, if you don't mind, with the rest of the world, to let them know how you're creating your world on your canvas and some of the things that drive and motivate
Well, my story is quite different. I wasn't born with the silver spoon. I am the baby out of 5 girls. My mom has 7 children. And it was interesting. I had my daughter at 16. After I had her, I went back and got my high school diploma, the basic thing a normal teenager would do after getting pregnant early. But I didn't want my daughter to know that I had her and I just gave up right there and then. So I went back and got a high school diploma, enrolled into massage therapy and all that good stuff. But wow.
you. Take your time. This is your opportunity to talk about your journey. Take your time because it's important.
it's 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 so unreal because I never really spoke about my journey. So this will be the first time I really expressed my journey. My journey has been just what it is, a journey, a roller coaster of a lot of emotion and confusion. Because I basically felt like, not felt like, it was myself. When I was about, I want to say 10, my sister had, she had kids, and I basically was the one that used to watch them. They called me mom, and all through as they grow older, and to where I end up dropping out of school and having my own. But at the same time, now that I'm older, for the first time, I'm glad that I was last, I guess, because I seen all the things that many did that gave me the path of what not to do, as far as a person and as an individual as well as a parent. But my journey has really been very interested. But the thing that has brought me through was when I was introduced into God at 16 after I had my daughter, because I felt like nobody wanted me to have my daughter. Everybody felt like I was too young, although I was already taking care of my sister kids. For whatever reason, they didn't see it was fit that I would have my own. So abortion was the main objective. And I was like, nah, because I don't know what my daughter, at the time, I didn't know what she was. I was like, I don't know what this baby could be. And this could be exactly what I needed. And if the truth be told, having my daughter was the best thing that could have happened to me. Maybe God knew that I needed a responsibility to bring out the best out of me, because having her is what had drive me to want more and do more out of life. And knowing where I came from and seeing where I'm at now, I be feeling as if I'm in a dream, because I'm really living my my dream. My dream has become a reality at this point of life. And the journey is not much of a stress, because it was only a journey to make me who I am today, I guess I should say.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So, um, tell me about your business. Tell me how you came into developing your business.
Well, my business is a very foundation. I only really had 3 jobs growing up. I got my first job at 19, which was at JCPenney's, and my second job was at Walmart, and I did security. And then I became a manager at Wendy's back in 2010. But even through that process, when I first got the job, God told me that was my training ground. I was like, I wasn't quite sure what that was about, because, I felt like I didn't go to college. What could I really do with my life? I'm just the average person, just trying to make a paycheck, I guess. Um, I used, and for years I had beat myself up because I didn't go to college, so I always felt like I wasn't educated enough to get certain jobs, even though deep down inside I felt like I probably could have killed it, but because in the back of my head I was like, well, I don't really have any college experience, so I'm not gonna go for that. But when I applied at Wendy's and I became a manager after 6 months,
Excuse me.
I told me that was my training ground. So I basically had the opportunity to deal with different people and they different attitude and all of that and still maintain my cool. So I said a year into it, um, I was like, you know what? In order for me to have the life that I want, I have to get involved in something that can make money while I'm sleeping.
Passive income is important.
I and the crazy thing is I knew nothing about that because I was not raised in that. So it was kind of weird. Like my thinking process is so off the wall. My sisters be like, "Where do you come from?" I'm like, "I don't know," because I wasn't introduced to that way of thinking, but it was in me. It was like crying out. So I just follow it. So I bought into a cleaning franchise, and that allowed me to go part-time on my full-time job at Wendy's. And the time freedom I was getting as far as being able to go to my kids' school, having lunch with them, picking them out of school early, taking them to the beach. And we'd be on the beach on how what's the name of the beach off of 163rd?
I don't know anything about Miami. I live in Margate.
That beach, but we was like the only black people on there. I'm like, yo, this is weird, but this is the life I want. And that was the first taste of freedom that I received. It. I wanted more. So I decided to move, and I decided to move to Georgia because my daughter was finishing 8th grade, and I didn't really want her down in Florida school system. So I prayed about it, and then I had a friend of mine from old church call me and say, I don't know what you're asking God for, but he said, go and possess the land. I said, you ain't got to tell me twice. I mark on my calendar. I gave him my 2 weeks notice. I told my job, this is it. And I was gone. Nobody took me serious until I actually left, right?
Oh my
I didn't know
goodness.
where I was going. I didn't know what was going to happen. All I knew, I asked God for 3 things, which was a life partner, a home, a house so I could make a home for my kids, and a job where I could make at least $5,000 a month without stressing myself. That's it. You know, I don't need much. That was just all, right? So I was excited. I moved to Georgia. My best friend was up here, and we was talking about opening a hair salon because I used to do hair. That was my passion. And when I moved up here, she ended up getting pregnant. I was like, okay. And she decided to go back to Florida so she could get support. So now I'm here. I'm like, okay, God, what's gonna happen? Because going back is not an option. And I went to Starbucks one morning just to get out the house, and a gentleman introduced me to the business that I'm doing now. And I've heard of it before, but I was younger, so my mind couldn't grasp it because I wasn't introduced to that. So anything at that time was just like, uh-oh, I don't know this line. This is out of my
Mhm.
territory. I'm straight. So when he introduced it to me again, I was well familiar with it, but my mind was more open because one thing I have learned is you can't pray for something and then when it presents itself, you don't know what you're praying for.
Yes,
So
exactly.
I knew I prayed for, I was able to open myself to the opportunity to see what it was about. And he told me about Legal Shield. I looked at it. I'm like, well, it makes sense. And I know what makes sense, make money. And I bought into it. I invested my $99 and I started doing the business. 4 years later, I'm still in it and I'm just falling in love with it more and more. It's not been about the money. It's just the the ability to empower people
Mm-hmm.
sense. And I do not, it didn't take a high school a college degree. I'm not an attorney. I don't have to be an attorney to make that type of income, and that enough was awesome for me. So that was my answer prayer and I ran with it.
Excellent. So what made you think that you had to have a degree? Because I have all kinds of degrees, trust me. And I'm working my way towards where you are with for financial freedom. Okay. So having a degree doesn't mean anything in the scope of things. So tell me what made you think that you needed that.
You know, growing up, you always see the people that looked like they was having the good life. They all was, high school graduate. They done went to college and got their master, and they're working the corporate job and have the nice car. So in the back of my mind, I felt like I missed out on certain things because I didn't have that type of exposure and that kind of foundation. So yeah, now look, I'm like, what the heck were you thinking, girl?
Exactly. Because the system, it was the system. The system would have held you back. But
Yeah,
you broke free and you are empowered. You are empowering your children,
yes.
right? And how to create generational wealth. And look at you. So now that you've come full circle, how do you feel about your journey?
How did I feel what?
How do you feel now that you've come full circle? How do you feel about your journey?
I felt my journey was exactly what it was supposed to be for me to become who I am today. I'll be 35 in October, and a lot of people is talking the talk, but I could honestly say it and genuinely say I am debt free. I don't owe anybody. Um,
Excellent.
and it is a good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
For years, I used to always wonder how would I feel if I go into a car lot and buy a car for cash? And I was able to do that.
Excellent. Excellent.
If you would have made God laugh, tell him your plans. But the journey was just what it was, is the journey. Even through my spiritual journey, I'm learning, life is never about what we go through, but it's our attitude while
Exactly.
we're going through that will bring out the attitude of the situation. A lot of time, instead of us looking at things and be like, how is this going to benefit me, what I'm going through? How is this going to make me? We just quick to play the victim and be like, why? But I find myself, I used to pray for a lot of things, right? Because my prayer used to be, Lord, if you're going to use me through experience. Why did I pray that prayer? I guess I was crazy. I used to have people that used to talk to me and trying to encourage me and act as if they understand what I was going through, but you could feel like they have no type of insight of what you're really going through. So
Exactly.
I
They
never
can't
wanted
walk in your
to be that,
shoes.
right. I never wanted to be that person to trying to encourage one and don't not have the full um the full, what's the word I'm looking for? The full, oh Jesus.
It's okay. It's okay. Have the full grasp. You talking about the grasp of the situation?
The
Something like
grad, the just everything. Like, you know, I basically I could talk to anybody about anything. It's not a subject that I cannot touch. You want to talk about single parent? I could talk about it. I've been a single parent for 15 years. You want to talk about fighting temptation? We could talk about it. Cause lust
that.
was my thing. Me and him was best friends. So you want to talk about low self-esteem? I could go down that level. It's like I feel like Paul at times. I could talk to you on whatever level you on and still make you see the light of the situation,
Well,
basically.
you know, I don't think it's that you're going down to level. It's just that you've experienced life, bits and pieces of life. It's your mosaic, right? Like I said, it's your canvas, right? So no one can put the pieces together like you. Your pieces
Right,
are unique to your situation, right? And so now
right,
you're putting them together in a way that benefits you instead of other people. So you're making your money work for you instead of you working for your money. And I
right.
and I hope to soon to be there myself.
Cause, and the thing about it was me, you want me to be, you want me to believe me if I told you, if you would have talked to me about money, I say like last year, my
Hmm.
mindset was, cause I was in raised in the church, but I started going to church when I was like 16. And for years, I felt as if money was the root of all evil, because that's what you always hear them preach.
Hmm.
So I resisted money because I felt like that was going to keep me away from getting where I need to be spiritually, right? But if you go back, that's what that scripture will give light when it say, my people perish for a lack of knowledge. What you don't know, and you will actually miss out. Money is not the
Exactly.
root of all evil. You know what I'm saying?
No.
It says the love of money is the root of all evil. But
Hmm.
I had to go back and reprogram my mind what I used to tell myself money was, so I could become, so me and him could have a better relationship, because money is the attraction. Everything, because
Hmm.
we are a spirit in a body. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Yes.
We are
Yes.
energy. Whatever we feel, that's what we pull towards us. So for years, I'm like, yo, why I'm not getting it? Why I'm not getting it? That's because I was resisting it. But December of last year, I made up my mind. I said, you know what? I'm going to take a financial class, and I'm gonna start doing a budget. It wasn't even 3 months in, COVID-19 happened, and we already had started saving up in the account.
Hmm.
Said, boy, God timing is so perfect. If this pandemic would have happened last year, we would have been screwed. Oh my God. We would have been screwed. And me and my husband, we talk about that now. Right now, we have 10 months of our monthly income in the savings. That's a blessing,
Excellent.
right?
Excellent. Excellent. So let me ask you this. Um, so your money's sitting in savings, right? You know
Yes.
your money should be working for you a little bit harder.
Yes. My husband do Bitcoin and he do trading and stuff like that.
Okay. Well, besides Bitcoin,
Huh?
are you invested in stocks?
He's he do the investing in the stocks. He do the
Okay.
stock. He do exchange. He's trying to get me into it. I'm like, okay, I listen, and I'm like, okay, babe, I just want to
I,
focus on one.
now remember, you said you're paying attention to your money.
Of course,
That's part of paying attention to your money.
You sound like him. I be
It's
telling him,
true.
like, I said, baby, we're 2 in 1. You know what I'm saying? Where I'm weak at, you strong at. Where I'm strong at, you weak at. And that's fine. If that you,
However, you're there for the support, Lynn.
I
Remember,
am.
God forbid, right? Something occurs to him, happens with him, right? God forbid.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have the rest of the financial knowledge that you need to balance yourself out. What is going to do to that rest of your wealth?
That's a good question. We talk about that.
Yes.
The rest of my wealth, my business alone, I do good. Well, it's not I, because we are a team.
Mm-hmm.
Legal should have really been good to us. I said that is a heaven sent. Okay. And my husband alone, you know, him alone bringing 100,000. For years, I used to want to be like. I used to always feel like I want to be a 6-figure. I used to want to be something I didn't even know what it was.
Hey, reach for the stars, right? Reach for the
I,
stars. Reach for the stars.
it was crazy because I was like, I want to know what it would feel like to be a 6-figure, to bring in 6-figure. I was, my husband like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I don't know. Can you think we'll ever be able to bring in 6-figure? He said, babe, I am a 6-figure nigga. I was like, wait, what?
I'm done. He dropped the mic on you. He dropped the mic on you, girl.
I was like, wait, what? I said, time out. What is 6-figure anyway? He said, wow. And that's why I know I really had to go and take a financial class, because I
Mhm.
was so oblivious to that realm, because I was just afraid of it because I thought it was evil. But once I got educated and got the knowledge and started applying it, it was mind blowing. You know,
Well, that's the
it,
rest of the knowledge to balance it out. Come on. Come
it's
on.
amazing what you're capable of doing once you get.
Hello. Oh my goodness. I think we lost Lynn. All right, folks. I think this will be the end of our interview. And I want to thank Lynn. I'm sorry that we dropped the call, but I want to thank her for sharing her story. Thank you all for being a part of my first interview.